Roman Reigns' secret plans. Jade Cargill has a quirky confession for Kathy Kelly's unique request. Former WWE champion set to return soon after 39+ months away. Injury update on Liv Morgan amid WWE absence. Why did Dominik Mysterio regain championship within a week of losing? Bron Breakker replaces Jimmy Uso in the Bloodline. Let's jump right into it. Jade Cargill has a quirky confession for Kathy Kelly's unique request. Recently signed WWE superstar Jade Cargill had a quirky confession for Kathy Kelly's unique request on Twitter. Cargill started her professional wrestling career with World Wrestling Entertainment back in 2019 when she had her tryouts at the Performance Center. However, she joined AEW in 2020 in her quest to improve her skill. The former TBS champion got to work with one of the best wrestlers of this decade, Cody Rhodes, who she said played a big role in her signing with the Stanford-based promotion. Recently, WWE interviewer Kathy Kelly took to Twitter to ask a question to Jade Cargill. She asked the former TBS champion about her thoughts on TikTok, possibly hinting at making a video together. "Hi Jade, quick question. What are your thoughts on TikTok?" Kelly asked. Jade was quick to notice her post and replied that she feels she is not quite good at making a TikTok. "I sue at it," Cargill replied. In a recent interview with 100.7 The Bay, Bobby Lashley hailed Jade Cargill as a big signing for the Stanford-based promotion and hinted at possible recruiting her in his faction, which already includes the Street Profits. "It's a big signing for WWE because she made a huge splash in wrestling back in AEW. And I think just her coming over actually shows you the level, she wanted to get there. That was the next level for her, which is a great deal. And for her coming over, there's only a few places that I would put her. And I know there's a group that is kind of putting itself together right now, and if that group had a female component to it, I think that group would be even stronger," he said. Fans are eagerly waiting to see Cargill inside the WWE ring. There are a lot of reports suggesting that she might show up at the Fastlane PLE this weekend. It remains to be seen what the Stanford-based promotion has in store for her. Are you excited to see Cargill make her debut possibly at Fastlane? Let us know in the comments section below. Former WWE champion set to return soon after 39+ months away. After a hiring freeze earlier this year, WWE is back in the game of bringing old and new superstars in. Jade Cargill joined the company after her AEW contract expired, but she's not the only female star who has signed. A certain former champion is reportedly set to return soon. Kairi Sane allegedly re-signed with the Stanford-based promotion a couple of months ago, with several reports indicating she will return by the end of the year. The Japanese star is on a hiatus after finishing her scheduled dates in Japan. Meanwhile, according to BWE, Boozer Wrestling on Twitter, Kairi will show up soon. The insider account has accurately reported several stories recently. Whenever she re-debuts on television, it will be Kairi Sane's first appearance in over 3 years. She left the company in 2021 but last wrestled in July 2020. The former NXT Women's Champion moved back to Japan and was an ambassador for the company there. Kairi was written off via a backstage beatdown by Bayley on the July 27, 2020 episode of Raw. It remains to be seen if she will target the role model upon her potential return. Based on her last WWE appearance, Kairi Sane may feud with Bayley. A potential reunion with Asuka may also be on the cards. Her team with the Empress of Tomorrow was memorable, as the Kabuki Warriors won the Women's Tag Team Championship twice. Perhaps they will be the team that finally rids the titles of their curse after winning them from Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Meanwhile, Kairi could also challenge for the WWE Women's Championship, currently held by Io Sky. She already has beef with Bayley of Damage Control, so it's not out of the question. Furthermore, Io's push may have been an encouraging sign for Kairi Sane to consider a return. Who are you more excited to see in WWE? Kairi Sane or Jade Cargill? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Injury update on Liv Morgan amid WWE absence. A major update regarding WWE superstar Liv Morgan's injury status was provided this week. Morgan was part of a tag team alongside Raquel Rodriguez. The duo became the women's tag team champions at Money in the Bank earlier this year. However, shortly after losing their titles, Morgan was sidelined with injury as Rhea Ripley viciously attacked her during an episode of Monday Night Raw. However, there has recently been a positive update regarding Morgan. As per BWE, Boozer Wrestling on Twitter, the former women's champion was getting back in shape on her way to recovery. It will be interesting to see what's in store for the talented superstar when she returns. Liv Morgan has been busy with various projects as she recovers from her injury. She recently made her debut as an actor as part of the movie The Kill Room. In a video shared by WWE, Morgan talked about her experience working on the new film. She said her experience with the Stanford-based company helped translate her skills into acting. "I feel like I've manifested this moment for a long time, so to have the opportunity to film my first ever movie, I'm so grateful to have a role, to be included, just to experience what this life is like. As different as it was, a lot of it felt the same. I feel like I had so many tools from WWE to help me translate all of those skills to acting on set today. I had so much fun and so grateful for Nicole Pawnee for allowing me to be in her film. It was a really cool experience and I hope to do so many more. So watch out and keep watching. Morgan shared. The Kill Room, starring Samuel L. Jackson and Uma Thurman, was released on September 28. Are you excited for Liv Morgan's eventual in-ring return? Let us know in the comments section below. Dominic Mysterio breaks silence after Rhea Ripley threatens kicking him out of the Judgment Day. Tonight's episode of NXT saw a massive title change as Dominic Mysterio regained his North American Championship from Trick Williams. As a result, he is still a part of Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley warned Dirty Dom that he shouldn't bother coming home if he failed to win back the belt. Thankfully for Rey Mysterio's son, he won. After the Judgment Day's heavy involvement, it looks like all is good again within the group. Flanked by his ecstatic teammates, Dominic Mysterio had a strong message for the world after returning backstage on NXT. Here is what the two-time North American champion said. "We run all of WWE, and don't you forget it. The Judgment Day runs all," declared Dirty Dom. The Judgment Day's dominance will be tested this weekend as Finn Balor and Damian Priest will put their titles on the line at Fastlane. The duo will defend the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. But with such an overwhelming numbers advantage, things are looking good. It remains to be seen if Dominic Mysterio's second reign as NXT North American champion will be as long as his first. He has a bigger target on his back. Why did Dominic Mysterio regain championship within a week of losing? Dominic Mysterio reclaimed the NXT North American Championship from Trick Williams in one of the most shocking moments on WWE television this week. Fans might be wondering why Dirty Dom regained the title just 3 days after he dropped it at No Mercy. Dominic Mysterio's title loss at NXT No Mercy could possibly be explained due to a few reasons. Number 1, he accidentally knocked out the special guest referee, Dragon Lee. Number 2, he attacked the referee. Number 3, he gotten cocked out with his own title belt. On the contrary, the odds were completely stacked against Trick Williams this week on NXT. The entire Judgment Day surrounded the ring to make sure Dominic got his title back. Plus, WWE probably wants to make the faction at their strongest ahead of their major title defense at Fastlane. Williams losing the title to Dominic in quick fashion would probably serve to develop his rumored feud with Carmelo Hayes. Melo told Trick he'll be in his corner, but Williams refused as he wanted to take care of Dominic on his own. It remains to be seen if Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams will confront each other next week, or if Williams will initiate his rematch clause against Dominic Mysterio for the NXT North American Championship. The 2023 NXT Halloween Havoc will be a two-part television special. The show will air on October 24th and 31st. The first match for the show was announced this week on NXT. Becky Lynch will defend the NXT Women's Championship against Lara Valkyria. Since this year's Halloween Havoc is a two-part special, it is possible Dominic Mysterio could defend his NXT North American Championship at the event. After all, there are a lot of superstars waiting for the opportunity to get the title off of Dirty Dom. Dominic Mysterio's one-word response to Rhea Ripley kissing him after major WWE title win. Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, and the rest of the Judgment Day are on top of the world. The second-generation superstar is again the NXT North American champion after defeating Trick Williams. He regained the title 3 days after losing it at No Mercy, effectively saving his spot in the Judgment Day. Ripley declared that Dirty Dom shouldn't bother coming home if he had failed to win on NXT. Nevertheless, Dominic Mysterio doesn't need to worry about that. Now that he's a champion again, Mammy continues to shower him with all the love. She even kissed him on the cheek after he won back the North American title. Dom tweeted his response to that moment with one simple word. Mammy tweeted Dominic Mysterio after Rhea Ripley kissed him on NXT. Rey Mysterio's son broke his silence immediately after returning backstage at NXT. Dominic delivered a strong message stating that Judgment Day continues to run all of WWE. Well, as of now, he isn't wrong. Finn Balor and Damian Priest will appear on SmackDown ahead of their undisputed tag team title defense at Fastlane. They will face Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Meanwhile, Rhea Ripley looks set to defend her Women's World Championship against Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, and Shayna Baszler soon. What are your thoughts on Dominic winning the North American title back? Sound off in the comments section below. Bron Breakker replaces Jimmy Uso in the Bloodline. It was announced on the latest episode of NXT that Bron Breakker will have Paul Heyman in his corner for next week's match with Carmelo Hayes. The announcement was to counter the news that John Cena would be in his corner for the match. Could Heyman's appearance in Bron Breakker's corner lead to him taking someone's spot in the Bloodline? Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa had essentially been running around unchecked on SmackDown. The wise man has been losing his patience and could scout Bron Breakker to replace 38-year-old Jimmy in the Bloodline. It would kill two birds with one stone, adding a talented main event caliber second-generation star to the group while ejecting a problem child. The group has been fractured since Jey Uso left. Jimmy has wavered back and forth, so it could make Heyman and Roman Reigns rethink the dynamics of the group. The wise man has tried to keep Jimmy and Solo in check, but he hasn't had much success. John Cena's return and insertion in the Bloodline drama has only worsened things for Reigns and Heyman. Heyman's appearance next week is obviously to help ratings and counter Cena, but it could lead to a shocking move in the near future. While the Bloodline is steeped in Samoan culture and the Anoa'i lineage, things could change. John Cena's return to action has made family business troublesome for Uso and Sikoa. To send the 16-time champion packing, Bron Breakker might be recruited to solve the John Cena problem. Heyman has made a history of hitching his wagon to top stars, including Rob Van Dam, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns. Breakker could be the next big name to get Heyman's advice. If the Bloodline does implode, it could also provide Heyman with his next big client in the second-generation star. Things will truly come to a head when Reigns loses the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. He hasn't defended it since SummerSlam, but will return to a tumultuous SmackDown next week. With the Tribal Chief's blessing, Heyman will accompany Bron Breakker for his match with Carmelo Hayes next week. The rivalry has defined the last 2 years of NXT. Since Hayes has Cena in his corner, the two feuds could bleed over onto other episodes of NXT or on the main roster once both men are promoted. The Bloodline could look very different when that happens, especially if Heyman gets Breakker's ear. Roman Reigns' secret plans. Roman Reigns is set to return to WWE television on the SmackDown after Fastlane. Fans look forward to seeing what the Tribal Chief could have in store for the WWE roster. It seems we might have an idea based on the events that transpired on NXT this week. Paul Heyman made a blockbuster announcement on NXT when he said Reigns had told him to be in Bron Breakker's corner next week against Carmelo Hayes. Speaking of the latter, the former NXT champion will be backed by the greatest of all time, John Cena, for his main event match against Breakker. Cena has been a persistent thorn in the Bloodline's side. Realistically, that would make anyone, including Roman Reigns, tired of Big Match John. The Tribal Chief might have been forced to hash out a secret plan to decimate his longtime rival, and part of the plan includes scouting Breakker for possible inclusion in the Bloodline. Then there's the lingering threat of Cody Rhodes. The American Nightmare will be on SmackDown this week with Jey Uso to confront the Judgment Day ahead of their undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match against Finn Balor and Damian Priest at Fastlane. Roman Reigns is rumored to work the upcoming Survivor Series Premium Live event. At the time of the writing, WB hasn't announced the card for the November 25th Premium Live event at the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois. It is possible that Reigns' return to SmackDown could kick off the build to a potential colossal multi-man match also involving John Cena, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, and Bron Breakker at Survivor Series. Before Survivor Series, the Tribal Chief is rumored to put his undisputed WWE Universal Championship on the line against LA Knight at Crown Jewel.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me